Hello ladies and gentlemen, today on the e-skate squad bench we're going to talk about an electric skateboard that has been really popular since the end of the summer. Something that has been everywhere. The goddamn Meepo board. We know there exist like 2 or 3 companies that are producing the same board with the same electronics. This one is from Meepo. You have I think Wago and Tico or Tito or whatever other company they are the exact same electronic, and today we're going to take a deeper look at what's inside those boxes. Okay, so here we are back with the Meepo. I removed the deck. As we can see, all the electronic is now laying on the table. So we'll take a closer look at the battery first. Just have to focus there. Okay, so we don't need the ESC for now. Oh yeah, we have the battery there. We don't need those for now on. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's just take a closer look at this. Okay, so as we can see, the casing is a simple ABS shell. Focus you. And inside we have this connector which connect with those 2 leads on the battery, which are made for, as we can see here, charging, which is pretty simple in fact. But I really do like the connector, because if you want to change, I do like the connector, sorry, because if you want to change the battery, it's become much more easier, and you don't have to play with the casing. Casing is simple ABS, as I told. It's not even glass fiber reinforced. It's pretty simple. So now for the best part, the battery. We'll just zoom a little. So what we have here on the top is a little protection circuit for the battery, which also look like it could balance a bit. But it's still, you know, it's not a $400 BMS, so you know. Okay, so we can see. I won't use the knife here because there's some cable there. Oh, sorry if you missed the pack. It's really the first video, so camera work. I have to work on my camera work. So this is basically what I wanted to see. I wanted to see which kind of cell these are. So, oh, don't look like they are big. I see the LG sign on it, so they're most likely LG 11865. I have to look them out. Okay, we're back. So after some small research, these doesn't really sound like genuine LG cell, but they can still, they're still like 2.2 2.2 amp per hour and can go up to 10 amp at discharge. I'm trying to focus. Here we go. Here is the number. So you have 10 of these cells. You have a little BMS there, which is really nice. It's really a protection circuit for the battery pack. So, you know, for the price of the board, and remember that it is a $250 board before shipping, because shipping costs $150. It's not that bad. It's the kind of cell it's the kind of cell you will find inside. It's not the best quality cells, but they're not like so bad, even though they might be fake cell, but then they still have the protection circuit. This is what you want to look for. If this work 100%, I'm not sure. It seems to be like it's not, it doesn't really seem to be like controlled by a chip. It looks like it's controlled by transistor. Don't know if I can show you. Because I don't really mind opening up, but don't want to go. So here we go. This is complete for the battery pack. Now let's go to the ESC. Okay. So here it is, the ESC module and the motor controller. So inside of the ESC we have, inside of the box, we have the ESC, which is, I don't know if I can show you easily this, but the ESC is like glued inside. I'm trying to, okay. Doesn't really go well. So it's okay, but you can see if I can zoom a little bit, show it to you. As you can see around the rims, we can see it around the rims. Oh, here it's easier. As you can see, there's like hot glue around here. It's hot glue that's still, it's not even silicone, it's really hot glue that is used to seal the outer rim from the exterior, which is as an open vent. So basically that's not a waterproof seal. So for all of you that going out and thinking about this is waterproof, yes, it could be waterproof, but it will only be waterproof on some units. You know, it's not a perfect, it's far from being a perfect science. Also, we'll take a look at this. These are the motor leads, which are well, I really don't like this. This is electrical tape. You know, it does the job as electrical tape. It will give you insulation, but it really doesn't look professional, especially on a off-the-shelf product. You know, if this is the kind of product you're doing at home when you're putting electrical tape like this. Let me just focus a little bit. Okay. So here we have like, we just follow this cable. Okay, this cable doesn't really come with it. But as you can see, we have like the motor lead. And unlike the other board on the market, these are crimped. Crimped cable are not bad. They just need to be rightfully crimped, and the crimp has to be worked with the right size cable. Sometimes they can just like pop out if we, okay, this one is not bad. Oh, but look like they have, oh, did they have solder? Oh, it's hard to tell. But yeah, you know, it's definitely not the best solution to got some lead together. I always prefer something like bullet connectors or something that has been soldered together. But you know, $250 board, who cares at the end? If it's working. So for now, we'll remove the ESC. You just have to remove the motor. As we can see, I just want to be sure that because sometimes the color code is not really good. So just want to be sure that I have blue on blue, green on green. I want to be sure that I have the right motor. So we'll just use yeah, this one here. So we'll just mark this and these, just to be sure with putting the right cable at the right place at the end. Okay, so here we go. Doesn't really go off easily. We'll just need this. Okay. So here we go. We have this one out. We have to take out the other one, which is there. We won't put anything on this one, since, okay. here we go. Look at these. How this is assembled. So here, oh my god, really? Sorry, it's really funny. You don't have any paste at all. So basically, what's changing the heat from one side to from one aluminum plates to the other one is just like three dots of, I don't know what it, three little dots of thermal paste. Wow. Okay, so basically there's no real thermic transfer on this, so it's pretty much useless. So we'll see if we can remove this with these, since we are in that. So, oh, the plastic is already broken. Okay, yeah, it's not. No, it's pretty. This is, well, the way that they're holding up together. This one is nearly just glue in the back, but this is a pretty nice piece of aluminum. So it's not really bad. It's just the thermic, yeah, it's not. It's shitty the way. Okay, so basically this is like a PCB. So you would have to remove the two, but the two are solder here. I don't know if you can clearly see, but everything is really holding off around here. Here everything is solder, the top and the bottom, so I can't really see, but what we have inside is everything is holding up with these pins and those on the top, and basically on the bottom layer it's MOSFET. It's a part of the MOSFET circuit, and it's nothing really that much interesting. We can see that these are old with, guess what, hot glue again, like everything on that goddamn board. So we have like the microcontroller. Well, it's, oh, sorry, you did miss all the action there. So this is basically one of the most commonly used in electric skateboard. This is I think an old version, but most of the company are using the same kind of product, which probably cost around $20–25 to build. And inside you have like the remote circuit that is around here. Then you have like probably those are two motor controllers, because they seem to be in the each motor seems to be independent from the other one, because as we can see there's a symmetry between those two circuits, because this one, you know, they exist as symmetry. So basically it's like one half is controlling one motor and the other half is controlling the other one. Here it's probably like the RF section. From the bottom we can see like all the MOSFETs are there, so it's really common thing. We can see that you know, the little, oh sorry, damn, I should sorry, I'm not really used to this. First video guys, first video, give me some hope. Next one, I'll try to do my best. Okay, I'm trying to focus here. So you can see that the little capacitor here are all by silicones. Capacitor here also, it's holding by silicones. You can see that they all, even though these are true all capacitor, they are holding up like if they were surface mount, because they don't want to go on that side, which is supposed to be for thermal transfer side, which, well, it's just holding up really cheesy. So this is for the controller. So now let's see what we have inside the motor. Okay, so now for the motor parts. As you can see, unlike like big boards like the Inertian Raptor or Evolve or other board like this on the market, This one doesn't, you cannot change the urethane on each wheel. So if you want to change the urethane, you have to change the whole motor assembly. That's why they are so easy to change. And damn, forget the Allen key. Be back. So here we are opening up the motors. Wow. They are tighter than I thought. Might need something else. Here, let me just grab a bigger tool. Oh yeah, should do that. That should do the tricks. Oh yeah, it's time to get out. That fucker. Well, that's supposed to be an easy assembly. Okay, so here we are back. I finally managed to get out 3 of the 4 screw. Was able to lift the 4th one, so I could remove the motor. Well, I did remove the motor, and I did lose my soul to the devil because these were Loctited, and Loctited real tight, so they weren't easy to remove. But it's not something that it is impossible to do. So now we have to look. We'll take a closer look at how this motor hold off in place, which I found is pretty clever. Actually, they have they're using the shaft of the motor. Focus you. Okay. They're using the shaft of the motor, and basically I tried to find the right. Okay, now you can see it. But they're machining that part here. So they have a little hedge here that is holding off inside of the trucks and on the other side of the middle plate. So this is basically what's holding off your wheel in place. It's not that much, but it will do the job. So now we're opening up those motors. Okay, so now screwdriver. This one, don't know if it, oof. Okay, I think I might need a real tool. Let's see what those motors look like. If we can open them, if we can open them. So when we are playing with the screwdriver, you know, these motor, we'll talk about these motor, you know, are simple machine motor. They have a lot of them are sold by a lot of vendor in China, but probably made by only one company. They have the same kind of tricks that I think the overboard use. You know, they're pretty common in China these days. They're probably like 1 or 2 generations more after that will go out. You know, it's nearly the beginning of these little boards that are easy to buy. Because at the end of the day, you know, the Meepo, one thing about the Meepo is this is, for the price, it's a real good bang for the buck. But you know, we have to ask ourselves, is this something that will go on for the next year or so, or this is just a good deal that we could have right now? And Because you know the Meepo. One thing about the Meepo is sorry, I have to take the hammer. Because one thing about the Meepo, the Tito, all the board with kind of the same thematics that use the same parts. You know, they are all buying from the same factory in China, and right now they're selling lower that factory does. So the problem is if they want to do any kind of customer services, because unlike other company, they don't do a lot of profit per board, so they can sell these board for cheap price. Sorry, I'm trying to looking out for something that I could use to bang the motor. I think this could work if I'm careful enough. Just don't know how this motor is going to come out. Does it want to come out that way? Well, I'm pretty sad. I want to know. I just don't know how the fuck. I have to take those apart. Damn. Okay, we'll just cut the video right here. Okay, so after a few minutes and a few trial and error, I wasn't really able to remove the motor casing, as you can see. If you have any suggestions, just please let me know. For now, we'll just like closing it down, because we've seen what we wanted to see with this board. It's a board that is fairly known by the e-skate community, and you know, will still have its place there. But as I want to finish what I was talking about a little bit earlier, yes, well, these boards are fairly cheap, but you know, it will take maybe a few months, and I'm not even sure it will stay. It will be like, because it's not really a good business case, because you know, you probably buy these boards for $200 and resell them for $250. So yes, it's really nice for the customers, and I'm pretty happy to see that, to see a good quality board under $250. But you know, it just draw down the price of the market, and you know, it's the customer that will pay at the end, because you won't be able to have the same kind of services as if you go let maybe Boosted or Evolve or even Inertian. Because at the end of the day, you're looking, you know, at someone who's making maybe $50 per product you sell. So basically, you cannot really. It's not a viable option if you're looking at the number, because you know, the guy is selling maybe 100 unit, and over 100 unit, you know, you have to count that probably 10 will be defective. But to be able to replace one unit, you have to sell around, let's just say, you're making about, you have to sell about 4 or 5 units just to pay for another one, a new one. So okay, so you have 10%, so it will require around but 10 units, so you have to sell 50 units just to compensate for the one that will be defective. So basically, over 100 unit is probably only making the profit for around 50 of them, which is the equivalent of selling like 10 boards, which is really ridiculous. So yes, it's good for now, but I'm pretty sure we'll see a decrease in these companies. They will come and go from time to time, or the price will increase, because these boards are $250, but probably should be sold around $400. Like I think it's DIY e-boarding that's selling these boards for these price. because at the end of the day, this is the price they're worth. They're, you know, they're really worth like more around 400 than the 250 you pay and 150 for shipping. Because, you know, you never really calculate shipping, because shipping is not money that the seller is putting in his pocket. It's money that's really going to shipping. And believe me, shipping something from China, it's around, especially electric skateboard, it's around $150. So here we go, guys. Thank you for watching. This is the first one of the first video we're doing on the Banner E-Skate Squad. I hope you like it. If you have like suggestion, comment there. You know, I'm an expert, but I'm not a know-it-all. I don't know everything there is to know. If there's something that I make a mistake, please let me know. It'll be a pleasure to correct myself. So thank you, guys. Have a nice day. Be safe out there. Also, I just want to take a few seconds here. I didn't really go hardcore on that board, but I did drive it, rode it a couple of times, and man, that everything is cheap. Just look, I don't know if we can clearly see it, but you can see that there's some chips and cracks in it, and I probably rode it like for 5 to 6 miles. I don't even have done a charge on it. And you know, if the urethane was, if you could change the urethane, that won't be any issue at all. But you cannot change the urethane. You need to change the motor. So basically, it's a $50 that you have to put there. So basically, if you're buying those boards, really think when you think to buy maybe like 1 or 2 wheel and extra, just so you won't get stuck like 1 or 2 weeks because you're waiting on parts.